Okay, namaste, friend. Thank you for joining me and choosing to take care of yourself today through your yoga practice. We'll start in a comfortable seat. So you can choose to sit with your legs crossed. You can choose to support yourself with a pillow or blanket. Alternatively, if it feels better for you to sit on the knees and shins, you're welcome to find that. And take a moment, just bring right hand to heart, left hand upon the belly. Close down your eyes. And just start to gather your attention into the body. Feeling all of the parts of yourself that have been caught up in the external world. Calling those parts back in. Reclaiming your attention. Inviting a greater sense of sensitivity as you place your hands on the body and just feel the temperature of your skin, the rhythm of your breath, your heartbeat. And tuning into that inner experience that is known only to you. The sounds, sensations, textures. Start to feel the parts of you that have unconsciously been holding on to tension, parts of you that have felt contracted or closed off. Breathing a little more space into the body. Take a deep breath in, feel both of the hands lift from the expansion of the center of the body. Find an open mouth exhale. Take 2 more, breathing in through the nose. Open mouth exhale. Another great big breath in. Open mouth release. Closing the lips. Continue to breathe slow and deep with the mouth closed. Keeping the jaws soft, but narrowing the throat. You can feel the power of your breath in that Ujjayi pranayama. Imagine like you're trying to fog up a mirror, except the lips are closed. And just find that rhythm of your own breath here. Using the breath as a symbol, an opportunity on the inhales to find a little more space, to invite something in, an intention, a virtue, and exhales to let something go. Two more breaths just like this, eyes closed. Let go of your rushing, your need to predict what's coming next. Enjoy the last breath here. Let's inhale, open the eyes. We'll take the arms up overhead. Doesn't matter how you're sitting. See if you can shine the fingertips up towards the sky as you keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. And on the exhale, bending both elbows, squeezing the shoulder blades back together, elbows move back towards each other, and then lifting up through the heart, a little arch in the back. Maybe you look up towards sky. Take a deep breath into this open heart space. Deep breath out. Noticing what may feel closed here, but just notice without judgment. Take another breath in. And another breath out. Inhale, open the arms out wide. Take right arm over left, holding opposite shoulders, maybe wrapping so that the palms touch. Sending your breath to the shoulder blades, the space in between the shoulder blades. Back of the heart, the diaphragm. One more inhale and exhale. And then opening the arms out wide. And switching sides, left arm over right. You can hug yourself or wrap so the palms touch. Finding 3 more slow, deep breaths here. Letting it all go, coming back to center, unwrap the arms. A few circles back with the shoulders. Bring the chin to chest, maybe take some half or full circles here with the head and neck. Just smooth, slow movements as you feel all the nooks and crannies. And take your time on the inhale, arriving back in neutral spine. Let's find our tabletop, hands and knees. Bringing wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Option to tuck the toes or untuck the toes. It might just feel nice to get a stretch in the back of the feet. Inhale, arch the back, hang the belly and chest. Exhale, round the spine. You can keep breathing and flowing like this. It's a good time to close the eyes, check in with your body. It may feel right to circle, hips, torso, head, just some kind of barrel rolls through the torso. Moving in all directions. Spine can move side to side like a snake. Isolating movement, maybe in the hips, or the head, or the shoulders. It can feel nice from your tabletop to take some circles, just dropping the hips down on the exhale, circling the hips back up on the inhale. You can try it moving in both directions. You can stay and linger in a shape that feels nice for you. The next breath or so we'll need in our neutral spine, finding stillness, and then lower all the way down to your belly. Slide the arms forward in front of you. Elbows either just under or just in front of the shoulders. Spreading fingers, pressing down through the palms, the fingers, the forearms, the wrists, and allowing the heart to get free, moving forward. Notice if the shoulders creep up around the ears. See if you can work on sending them back. At the same time, relaxing into your legs and into your glutes. Breathing deeply into the earth, and on the exhale, feel perhaps that subtle exchange of the earth receiving your breath. One more inhale, belly expands into the earth. And exhale. Let's hang the head here. And again, half or full circles with the head. In your own time, finding neutral spine, lower all the way down. Sprout that right arm like a wing, so the wrist is just parallel to the shoulder. And then rolling off to your right side, stacking left hip over right, tap that left foot back. Breathe and feel the twist happening in the middle of the spine. Another slow, deep breath where you are. And in your own time, switching sides. Come back over to your belly, take left arm out to the left side, roll over to the left side of your body, stacking right hip over left. Give yourself a few breaths just to feel out all those layers. One more inhale and exhale. Coming back over to your belly, extend the legs back behind you, plant the hands on either side of the chest. Use your inhale to press yourself up. You can keep a bend in the elbows, keep the shoulders back. Maybe sliding the hands forward, starting to straighten into the arms. Keep your belly engaged a little bit here just to protect the low back. And again, feel those shoulder blades squeezing back towards each other and revealing that open heart. Pressing into the hands on the next exhale, right back on your knees. And then you can send the knees forward, big toes touch, sit back towards the heels. Slide the arms forward, come down onto the forehead, a little child's pose, maybe a little rock side to side. And it can feel nice to come up on fingertips, lift the elbows, keep the forehead down. Stretching the armpits. There's a really beautiful term in Sanskrit, Amrita, which is like a divine nectar. So you might sense a little bit of that divine nectar, like a sweet honey accumulating in your heart. You feel that honey just moving down, dripping down towards the ground. You can take that into your big heart opening, Anahatasana, hips lift up high, and let that honey drop down into the earth.
Resting on your chin or forehead. Feeling that Amrita just kind of move down into the roots of the ground below and nourish the space underneath you, all around you, within you. In your own time, come back up to your hands and knees, tabletop. Tuck the toes behind you, send the hips up high, downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk it out, bend the knees. Relax the head, look back towards the legs. Move the hips around, side to side. Coming back to stillness, press into the hands, feel the weight shift back towards the legs. Let your glutes fly. Let the heels become a little heavier down towards the ground. You might feel your quadriceps engage. You might see the kneecaps lift upon that engagement. And then go ahead and take that right leg up to sky, stack right hip over left, bend the right knee, take some big circles with that right knee in the air. Move in both directions. You might hear those creaking, cracking sounds. Your house is waking up or settling. And then send that right foot back down in your own time. Inhale, left leg lifts. Stack that left hip over right, bend the knee, big circles in the air. Supporting yourself with some good breath. Take your time. Send that left leg back down. Good. Inhale, looking towards the top of the mat. Step or hop the feet forward. Forward fold. You can start with a bend in the knees, hang the head. Walk the feet out, hip distance apart. Take a deeper bend into the knees. Hold opposite elbows. Sway side to side. I love this pose, ragdoll pose, because we know how heavy things get. So this is your time to shake off that burden you've been carrying. Feel gravity in your spine, gravity in the face. Relax the jaw. Take your hands on the legs or on the mat. Just shake it out through the head. Ground deeply into the feet. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth wide, release your tongue. Lion's breath, take another one like that. Inhale. Exhale. Close the mouth, hang the head. Walk the feet back together again. And starting with that bend in the knees, slowly begin to straighten little by little. Keep the quads engaged, and you can feel more of a stretch, more of a challenge, a good kind of challenge into the back of the legs. And just think about the space at the back of the neck as we practice. Try to find as much length there as possible. So avoid straining your neck by looking all around. You may even just close the eyes, slightly tucking chin to chest. Let the legs kind of hold the action here, not the head. Feeling strong in your feet, come all the way up to standing. Take up lots of space. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, take hands to heart center. We'll take a round of Surya Namaskar A. You can come towards the top of the mat if you're not already there. Inhale, sweep the arms up.
Exhale, swan dive the arms down, hinging from the hips. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back into a plank pose. Shift your weight forward. Try to bring your hips in line with the shoulders. You can come down to your knees if you like, or just start to take that yogi push-up. Bend the elbows. Maybe you hover just above ground. Come onto the tops of the feet, send the heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, take downward facing dog. In your own time, settle in, find 3 breaths, press into the hands. Feel the hips and glutes lift and spread, and take the heels down, down, down towards the earth. Relaxing the head, gazing towards the legs or towards your belly. If you were to follow the lines of energy from the hands, you feel an upward movement of energy reaching the tops of your hips. And from there, the energy drives back down into the feet. Gazing up at the hands, step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, hands on the legs, flat back, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing, take up lots of space. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Okay, let's flow. You're gonna come into a chair pose, starting at the top of the mat. Again, bend the knees, sink the hips on the exhale. Inhale, maybe you reach your arms up high. I'm gonna give you an option to make this weird if you want. You might see how it feels to come up to your tippy toes. Send the arms back behind you. You can hold there, or connect the hands, interlacing fingers. Lift up through the arms as you offer your heart parallel to the earth. See if you can keep those heels lifted. It's a balancing act. Your breath can give you a little more stability. So investing in the breath, find another inhale. Exhale, release the heels down. Come all the way up to standing. Let go of the interlace of the hands, sweeping the arms up. Send your weight into the right foot. Lift the left knee. Breathe in. Exhale, step that left foot back. Big step. You're gonna bend into the right knee. Your left heel is grounded. I take the time to kind of walk my legs out. I like a wide stance on the shape. Warrior one. Feel the back leg engaging as well as the front side. Relax through those shoulders. Maybe, again, you add that bending of the elbows, Anuvattasana, standing back bend, lifting up through the heart, gazing up the wall or maybe up the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, arms reach up high. Take them back down at your sides. Straighten the right leg, turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out. Bending into the left knee, facing the back of the mat. You're gonna take left elbow on the left thigh, right arm overhead. Turn that right arm so that you can get the tricep right by the ear, and then pinky side down. And you just feel like a stretch Armstrong sensation. Right arm is reaching towards the back of the mat. Right leg, right heel is reaching towards the front, and you have a big, beautiful diagonal line of energy here. Option to take some big circles. Back with that right side. 1, 2, 3. And then take another big circle back with that right arm as you straighten the left leg, circle the left arm, you're windmilling the arms. Your feet are gonna turn, pivot to face the front, and then frame the right foot with your hands, lower down to the left knee, and untuck the left toes. You are in your low lunge. Inhale, arms reach up high. Investing a few breaths here. Feel your belly stay strong for you. See if there's another breath here. On your exhale, take your hands down, bring the right foot, and this time we're gonna walk that right foot out to the right side, point the toes out, give yourself some space. You might have room here to reset that back knee. I'm almost at like a straight leg back there, but if there's still a bend for you, that's great, that's fine. You're gonna stay on your hands. Hands come to the inside of the legs. Maybe you find a blanket or pillow. Maybe you come down a little bit to one or both elbows. And just feeling out that outer right hip, not pushing too far. So if there's something that doesn't feel right, like a pinching or a squeezing, don't worry about it. See if there's 2 more slow, deep breaths here for you. One more slow, deep breath. Inhale, press up to your hands, lift the heart and head. Good, let's tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, and then send that right leg back, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, right leg lifts. Stacking right hip over left, bend the right knee, and maybe you add a little bend into the left side as you send right leg back, flip your dog, balance on the left hand, reach right arm up, and in your own time, exhale, come back to your down dog. You can stay in that flipped dog version or wild thing or Kamatkarasana as long as you like. And then meeting again in a 3-legged dog, eventually send right leg up high. Let's walk the right hand a little closer to the left and then step that right foot to the outside of the right pinky. And then kind of getting buoyant as you rock forward and back on the left toes behind you. See if you can step that left foot to the outside of the left pinky, arriving in your low squat. Send the hips down low, hands to heart if you can find that comfortably. If the hands are down below, you need a little extra support, that's okay. Send the heart up and forward. It's okay if your heels are lifted. Feel that opposing energy here. So real heavy through the lower half of the body, but insisting on staying open and rising up from the waist to the crown of the head. Rising up and rising out through the chest. Exhale, take the hands down, lift the hips, find the forward fold. Feet can stay hip distance apart. Your toes are facing forward. It's okay if there's a bit of a bend in the knees. Ground strong into the feet. Inhale, rise up to standing. Take the arms with you. Exhale, hands come behind you. You're gonna interlace the fingers. Roll down with the hands as you circle the shoulders back and up through the chest. So hands slide down your glutes, chest lift, shoulders squeeze, and on your exhale, you'll fold again. Hinging from your hips, let the head hang, let the arms just kind of fly overhead. Sensing here, where can you release effort and allow for gravity to do its thing, the arms to start to peel off of the back, the head to relax. And where can you invest effort or energy? Maybe a little conscious squeezing of the shoulder blades together, an engaging of the quads.
Take another breath here. Getting strong and your feet rise all the way up. Release the hands, circle the shoulders back. Breathing in. Step the feet together, take hands to heart center. Good. Let's try again on the second side. Starting from the top of the mat. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips. Maybe you reach the arms up. You can stay there if you'd like, or try coming to the tippy toes, sending the arms back, interlacing the hands, maybe offering the chest parallel to the earth. One more breath in. Exhale, ground the heels down, rising up to standing. Sending the weight into the left foot. Inhale, lift the right leg, bending the knee. Exhale, big step back with the right side. Find your warrior one stance. So bending into the left knee, right heel is grounded. You're squaring off towards the front of the mat. Option to add that bend in the elbows. Squeeze those shoulders back, lift up the chest, look high. Inhale, arms reach up. Straighten the left leg. Turn the left toes in. Turn the right toes out. Bending into the right knee, right elbow on the right thigh, left arm overhead. Left tricep by the ear. Left hand reaching towards the back of the mat. Left heel reaching towards the front. Maybe some circles. 1, 2, 3. Another circle to the left with that left arm as you straighten the right leg. Turn the right toes in. Circle with the right arm as you face towards the front of the mat. Take your hands to frame the left foot. Find the right toes, lower to the right knee. Untuck the toes. Settle in. Anjaneyasana, maybe the arms lift up high. Finding a couple breaths here. Cool it down through the shoulders. Strong in your belly. One more breath. Take your hands down. Walk that left foot out to the left side. Point the toes out. Staying on the hands. Maybe finding support. Blanket, pillow. Maybe coming down to your elbows, one or both. Runner's lunge. I'm sending my left toes out to the left side a little bit just to find some space. Feeling that left outer hip. It's okay if you notice a difference between left and right sides. Just an indication of what patterns you may have in your body today. Moving into that space of becoming a witness to yourself. Observing without attachment, without judgment. Adding a layer of love and compassion to all that you see. Moving back up to your hands in your own time. Heel toe that left foot back to center. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. And in your own time, send that left leg back. Feel free to bend the knees one at a time. Eventually arriving in your three-legged dog. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Maybe a little micro bend into that right side as you step the left foot back behind you if you'd like. Wild Thing, lift up the hips and heart, balancing on the right hand. And arriving back to your down dog. Lifting that left leg on the next inhale. Bring that left hand a little closer to the right. On your exhale, step the left foot forward to the outside of the left pinky. Rocking forward and back on the right toes. And then maybe you step the right foot to the outside of the right pinky. Sitting in that low squat once again. Deep breaths into your belly. Sense everything you're holding there. Sense the breath moving in like the best kind of purification. Think of it as like an internal smudge. Deep inhales and exhales, clearing out your gut. One more breath. Arriving when you're ready, back in that forward fold. Point the toes forward, feet can stay hip distance apart. Inhale, rise on up to standing. Take the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Puff up through the chest. Look high. Breathe in. Exhale, maybe you fold forward. Hang out here, relax the head. Anytime we elevate the heart over the mind, it is a gesture of humility and surrender. Offering something up here. Maybe it's your expectation. Maybe it's your desire to control. Maybe it's the illusion of perfection. Feel that the earth is just taking that in and recycling it in her own way. Feel your feet plugged into that ground, that nourishment, bend into your knees, rise all the way up to standing. Let go of the hands, circle the shoulders, softening. Step the feet together, hands to heart center. Breathe it in, seal that feeling into the chest. And on the exhale, feel it move all the way back down into the feet. Let's come down into a seat. And from your seat, you can take the bottoms of the feet together, finding Baddha Konasana. Sit up tall here. Again, shoulders move back. Maybe hands to the ankles as you work the heels a little closer to your pelvis. Slightly tucking chin to chest. Feel the spine electrified. Crown of the head reaching high. Maybe you add a hinge forward with the hips. Option to take your elbows to the inner thighs. Encourage the knees a little lower towards the earth. Keep the energy of the crown of the head moving forward instead of down. One more breath here. Inhale, coming back up. If you took that forward fold, send the left leg out straight. Plant the right foot to the outside of the left leg. Sit up tall.
Take left hand to the right knee. And keeping this length in the spine, take the right fingertips back behind you. My left foot is flexing because it's a full body effort. Everything except the mind. You can stay there, you can reach the left arm up. Maybe take the left elbow between the right thigh and chest. Only if you can manage to still breathe comfortably. One more breath. Good, untwist yourself. Send the right leg out long. Plant the left foot outside of the right leg. Readjust, sit up tall. Right hand finds the outside of the left knee. Left fingers move back behind you, keeping the length through the spine. You can stay there and breathe, or reach that right arm up. Take the right elbow between the left thigh and chest. Notice what happens as you deepen that twist. Don't let the breath become desperate. Taking in another inhale and exhale. In your own time, unwrap. Nice. Send the legs out, shake it all out. One last pose to close out our practice, and it's gonna be one that should feel energizing. We're gonna come into Ustrasana or camel pose. My secret in this time is I've been doing a lot of heart opening. It's really a natural thing that when we feel overwhelmed, we close in and protect. So kind of actively trying to rework that pattern and find a way to remain honest to myself, but at the same time open and available to receive, especially the breath. And in this pose, lots of good endorphins. So it's gonna feel kind of like you took a double shot. So taking the knees to hip distance apart, coming onto your knees and sitting tall. You can choose to be on the tops of the feet or to tuck the toes underneath you. If it's your first few times doing this pose and you're kind of curious to see where you'll reach, I might advise staying on those toes because there's an option to deepen here and it may be okay, it may not be. So you can only know by feeling. And of course, whatever happens one day is not guaranteed for the next day. Okay, with all that said, let's take hands to the low back. Fingers are facing the glutes. And just as we've been doing, practice sending the shoulders back, squeezing through the scapula behind you. Lifting up through the chest, and already you have a pretty nice heart opener here. Now begin to move your gaze up the wall as you open into the upper back and the middle back and the lower back. If it's okay, looking up towards the ceiling, sending the hips slightly forward. Find your breaths. If the breath does not feel super easy here, you don't want to go any further. But otherwise, you might explore taking one hand or both to the heel behind you, lifting up through that heart and staying for another breath or two. If you found your heels, take hands to the low back again. Slowly send the head back to a neutral position. Untuck the toes if they're still tucked and sit back down. We'll take the knees a little closer together and the heels out further. Hands come onto the heels. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, you can take a rounding into the spine as you bring your
forehead down to the mat, still holding hands to the heels. And on your inhale, lifting up the heels, you can come to the crown of the head, just touching down to your mat. Breathe into that rounded spine. Exhale, release the hips back down towards the heels. Come back up to your seat. You can lower your way, send the feet in front of you, come on down to your back. Hugging the knees, rocking it out side to side. And taking any other movements you are craving here. I love a good happy baby, holding to the outsides of the feet or the big toes, rocking around, playing with shapes, straightening one leg at a time. A little baby ninja. Straightening both legs if that feels nice. Whatever you need here, play, feel, celebrate. Offering a little bit of kindness, a little bit of love, maybe a self-massage. And just settling in, eventually arriving in Shavasana. Resting the arms and legs, closing the eyes. You may nestle the shoulders together, lengthen through the back of the neck, slightly tuck chin to chest. Whenever you feel the energy of your practice start to settle and get quiet, finding one last deep breath in, biggest breath all day. Hold it, feel the fullness of your practice building up in your body. It's so full, you are so complete. Release with an open mouth exhale. No more need to control your breath or your body. Simply rest, receive, integrate. Sensing the body returning to its natural rhythms, finding its own balance. Sending some gratitude to yourself, to the intelligence of the body, all of the internal systems that sustain you. Finding gratitude for your own resilience. Giving thanks for the container of your home,
a safety that allows you to do your deep work. In this surrender, in this stillness, in this listening. You feel your connection to all of life, to your ancestors and guides, your allies. You feel your place in this great family. Beginning to come back to your breath, breathing more deeply, sensing your body connecting with the ground, softly wiggling the hands and feet. Inhale to take the arms up overhead, bring the feet together, maybe pointing the toes, taking a juicy stretch. Exhale to roll to one side, resting your head on your arm. Placing one hand to the ground. Acknowledging this time, this place. Permission to leave behind the past and start fresh. When you're ready, finding a comfortable seat. You can keep your eyes closed as you transition, just holding the sweetness of that communion that you worked so hard to create. Gathering hands together at the heart. Giving thanks for this practice. Greeting yourself, your soul, in that place that we all share. The part of you that is indestructible. And feel that indestructible force within you, radiating, shining all around. And just basking in that beauty. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me to guide you, for taking care of yourself so you can take care of everyone else too. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Namaste.